Alright, we're at Sherman Branch. It's like 34 degrees. Somebody decided to change their tires at the entrance. We're just gonna take it easy today. Kind of shocked the trail's even open, if I'm being honest. Ooh. Oh, it's cold. Whew. All right, once you get out on the service road, you keep going straight, and you can either kind of veer to the left and do the roller coaster loop, or veer to the right and stay on the main trail. I think we'll try the roller coaster today. Definitely a little wet. Whew. Water. Boom. Roller coaster loop definitely, I wouldn't say it's difficult, but it is probably the most technical trail here at Sherman Branch. Got a couple of these skinnies. Whew. Oh, my legs. Whew. 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 little drop in. You gotta try to maintain your momentum because we're gonna go straight uphill. These climbs are not that long, but they are steep. Whew. 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 Once you come back on the fire road, I usually stop up here, get a drink. Alrighty, quick drink of water, and we're gonna drop back in. Kind of a flowy little downhill section here. Oh, we've done some work on the berms. Alrighty. Oh, they have worked on these berms quite a bit. Nice. Normally that wash, or that berm is blown out. So that's cool. Oh. And I'm trying, but failing, to have an easy ride today. Keep my heart rate down. But I'm up in 160 right now. Whew. Oh. Oh. Whew. Oh yeah. I started mountain biking when I was a kid, but I'm 32 and I've basically been off the bike for the last 8 years since we had our first son. So I started back December right now. I started back sometime in April, and I rode this trail for the first time in 8 years, and I bet I took a break every 5 to 10 minutes. This trail is a good marker for what kind of condition you're in. I think a lot of people in Charlotte use this as a benchmark. I think the trail's right at like 12, 13 miles with both loops. Well, the main loop and both auxiliary loops. And it's about 13 miles. I believe kind of the marker is an hour. You can ride the main loop and both auxiliary loops in an hour. That is a sign you're in pretty good shape. I believe my fastest time ever in like 2013 Whew. I think my fastest time ever was an hour and 15 minutes. So, even at my prime, still not in really great shape. Whew. Whew. All right. So now we're back on the main trail. Whew. Whew, it's to the top up here. Take another break before we drop in. Alrighty, so back on the main trail, and I'm gonna take it pretty easy, which is candidly not the best way to enjoy this trail. The faster you go, the easier it gets, but I'm trying to work on my heart rate, keeping it down. I am 6'7", 300 pounds, you know, between 295 and 305 most days. And I played football in college. So I've had plenty high intensity training over the years. My goal with mountain biking and road biking is to burn some fat, but also improve my endurance, you know, cardiovascular strength, that type of thing. I still go to the gym and lift weights. I don't know, I probably average 2 days a week. Some weeks I'll go 4 or 5 times. Some weeks I'll go none. Oh, they redid this barn too. Heck yeah. Somebody's been doing a lot of work out here, improving the trails. It's pretty nice to see. Oh, nice. But yeah, my goals with mountain biking is to have fun and build my cardiovascular endurance. Oh, they redid all of these berms. Heck yeah. You know, those berms have been, oh nice. That berm section has been blown out for, I mean, at least this whole year. But about as long as I can remember riding here. Pretty cool to see people still care. My heart rate's getting up to 150 again, so I'm gonna try to keep it down under 140. So it's kind of tough to do mountain biking, especially on this trail where it's relatively flat, if I'm being honest. But these climbs are not steady. They're very short, kind of punchy. It is almost like a high intensity interval workout. So keeping the heart rate down is kind of tough, but we'll do what we can. And as we get closer to spring, I'll probably turn up the intensity of my bike rides. Right now, I'm just trying to kind of maintain and build some of that low intensity cardiovascular strength. All right, wait right here for just a minute. So my heart rate is 158. So I'll give it about a minute. But this trail's running great today. It's in really great shape. I think they've blown the leaves. There's still some on the trail, but it's pretty good. And they've done a lot of work on the berms. So it's a beautiful December day. It says right now it's 37 degrees outside, so it's warming up a little bit, but by no means is it warm. So, alrighty. Heart rate's down to 138. So we'll just keep it going. Nice and steady. We're gonna go downhill for a little bit. And then back uphill for a little punchy climb. We're gonna drop the gears and just kind of cruise, keeping a good steady cadence. And then we're back to downhill. So just cruising, not trying to break any records. Well, I don't think we're gonna break any records ever, but not trying to break any PRs. All right, heart rate's climbing. We're climbing. This is one little, I don't know if you call it feature, but little gravity cavity. Alrighty. Right up here, I remember in April when I started biking again, this hill, I probably attempted it 5 or 6 times before I could clear it. Now it's pretty easy, drop it down to maybe 2nd or 3rd gear, and just spin. Oop. And just spin all the way to the top. Just a nice easy spin. Whew. All the way up. Heart rate's almost at 170. So we'll grab a tree and relax for a minute. Alrighty. Whew. Back to a gentle spin. Yeah, the only thing that I complain about on this trail is the climb to get out. It's relatively flat, but there's like when you're done with everything, there's like a 3 or 4 minute climb to get out back to the parking lot. It's really not a bad climb, but just at the very end, it's kind of a finisher, like a nightcap, I guess. But That's a pretty fun trail. My son is 8 years old now, and I brought him out last week for his first time. And that's kind of what spurred the investment in this GoPro. I can film whenever we get to ride together. Alrighty. This is a long straightaway that leads up to, I guess it's some sort of road gap, but I don't know. I think it needs a little bit more work before, or I need a little more work before I get on that. And try to clear the whole road? I don't think so. But this is a very good beginner-friendly trail. But the advanced riders can come out and try to set a PR. It's also convenient, about 3 minutes from where I live. So I've ridden this trail quite a bit this past summer. Yeah, I love mountain biking. I also got a road bike this summer in anticipation of trails being closed this fall and winter, which I'm happy with that purchase. It's a good road bike. It's my it's my third road bike I've ever had. And oh shit. Yeah, it's my third road bike, but what I didn't realize is that road biking in the winter is about 3 times more miserable and cold than mountain biking is. So I rode it a lot this summer. I don't know, probably have 600 miles on it. Got it in July. But it is too cold to road bike in the winter time. Too cold for me anyway. But road biking to me is fun. It's dangerous with all the vehicles on the road and drivers texting, but it's a lot easier to get kind of a steady state cardio workout, if you will. Like I said, this trail, it's a lot of ups and downs, a lot of intensity work. Whereas road biking, there's some intense climbs, but for the most part, you can pick your gear, take a slow pace. But this is way more fun. This middle part of the trail is pretty easy, I guess. Just kind of got some gentle turns, kind of weaving through the woods. The climbs are not as punchy. It's very smooth and flowy. You can kind of cruise. There's a few opportunities for jumps back here if you're going full speed, you know. And maybe we'll try to get a video of that. But for the most part, I like this trail because it's convenient for me. Come get a little bit of a workout in nature. Definitely not as fun as, like, I think the Lake Norman State Park is the best if you're trying to get the best bike trail in Charlotte for trying to get some steady state cardio work in. There's not a lot of roots. It's paved pretty flat. The climbs are longer, but less steep, less intense. The downhills are longer. It's just more of a flowing, natural trail. This trail and Beatty Park and Matthews are very similar. Very flat. Not a ton of climbing. The climbs are usually punchy. Beatty is a lot more rooty, and I guess if you could call it technical, but it's about 25 minutes for me to drive there. Whereas this is 3 minutes. So we are very blessed in Charlotte, though. We have, I don't even know, there's probably 30 trails within 40 minutes of downtown Charlotte. And we've lost a couple trails over the last 8 years. I didn't realize we had lost Steve's. I knew I kind of stopped mountain biking about the time they closed the Poplar Tent Trail. The gravel quarry bought the land. I think Poplar Tent was my favorite trail growing up. It had a pretty good balance of technical climbs, descents, pretty short. Whew. I'm gonna stop here, take a water break. Alright. A little bit of fun. Ooh. Ooh, that's wet. Yeah, it's Saturday, and we got about 3.5 inches of rain. Tuesday or Wednesday. So, being cold, like I said earlier, I'm shocked this trail's open. It's overall not in bad shape. There's a couple wet spots here and there, but it is rideable. There's a little bamboo forest. Here's a pretty crazy little rock drop. Probably got a 3-4 foot drop. Yeah, they've been out clearing these drains. That's why this trail's able to dry out so quickly. So, thank you to whoever has been working. I have volunteered with the Trailblazers 8 to 10 years ago. I think we did some work on the Lake Norman State Park trails in the winter. I have not volunteered lately with work and family, but excuses, right? Whew. Overall, I think the trails in Charlotte are pretty darn well maintained. But just imagine if half of everybody who rode their bike on the trail spent an hour once a year. Pretty crazy. But we're very blessed to have as much variety as we do in Charlotte. I've also got some new bike parks that are free, open to the public. I've not ridden those trails yet, but would like to when I get a little more fit. For the last 8 years, my fitness plan has really just been, how can I fit this donut in my mouth, you know? Well, it's time to get back in shape. I can keep up with my kids. There's another rider out riding today, and here's a little roll over the dead tree. Things like that, you know, small and sometimes overlooked, but I believe this tree fell down during Hurricane Helene this fall, and they made a little rollover for it within a couple weeks. Whew. Oh, duck under that one. I guess it must have been a little bit of a storm we had Monday or Tuesday. Sticks all over the place. Oh, and there's a little lonely excavator. Looks like a Volvo. Alrighty. So there's a big ladder drop roll thing right there. I'll take a break. Alright, so right here with the lonely excavator, you can take the shortcut that way, or you can take, there's a main loop and a lake loop this way. So we're gonna do the lake loop today. So we'll go left, and the main loop, I think it's probably only got another half a mile this way. If you go that way to the shortcut, you basically jump right into that big climb all the way to the parking lot. So I'm gonna try to get the full tour today. It is just a beautiful morning. One rider has passed me. But I've not seen anybody else out here. Let's see what my watch says. Watch says it's still 37 degrees. Oh, they're clearing drains over here. And there's this little bridge, a pile of friggin' rocks, and then we're into the lake loop right here. The lake loop. Oh, engage. There's been so much erosion. The entrance to this place is just kind of like clunk, 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 clunk. But and we're on this service road. And to be honest, I don't know what this place used to be. If it was a farm, I think there's part of this lake loop. Here in a few minutes we'll see, but right under the leaves and the topsoil you can see there's like a black plastic, and I don't wonder if at least that area of Sherman Branch used to be some sort of landfill, or if there's some sort of contamination, but I'll point it out in a couple minutes. It's always interested me what that is. There's the lake. Now, I guess you are allowed to fish, but it says it's catch and release. And honestly, it's a drainage creek from that subdivision up here. I wouldn't eat any fish out of there anyway. Little punchy climb. Whew. Alrighty. This area through here, I don't know if you can see it. There's black plastic all the way through here. It almost looks like the cap of a landfill. All the way through here. Very interesting. Here's some more of it right in here. Try not to fall off. Alright. There's some little downhill. And then right back uphill. Whew. All right. Whew. Couple decent little jumps. There's one. Jump slash drops. I think they're going to be drops for me today. Just taking it easy. Nice and slow. Ooh. Oh yeah. My legs are feeling it a little bit. Somewhere over here. There's two. Here's one. This is the first of two creek crossings. Whew. Alright. And there's another one right around the corner here. It's a little more hairy and technical, but it's really not too bad. If you pick a line and commit, nothing on this trail is all that hard. Whew. So, there's some big pointy rocks, but like I said, nothing too dangerous. If you just pick a line and send it, really not that bad. Whew. I really like the lake loop. It's pretty quiet. Not a ton of people ride it. Whew. Whew. Alright. There's one big cluster of roots right here. Whew. Oh shit. Oh, nice. Oh, those jumps are definitely hittable. Whew. It's gonna flatten out up here. We're gonna take a little break. There's the lake again. I believe we're almost out of the lake loop. Maybe another mile or so. Woo. Whoop-de-doo. This trail, the lake loop, definitely has some soggy spots in it. Still not bad, still probably, I don't know, less than 5% of the total trail, but probably create some puddles. Whew. This part of the lake loop's pretty flat. Whew. Yeah, a couple wet spots, but it is open per the website. Whew. Whew. Oh. Oh. Ah. Really smoothed out a bunch of roots. Oh. I don't know what that's about. Whew. That's it for the lake loop. Take one more break. Alrighty. We just finished the lake loop and we're climbing our way out back to the parking lot. This is the rest of the main trail. Whew. I'm always nervous in there slicing a tire with that. Looks like some sort of quartzite. Whew. So once we get out of this part, there's a bridge that crosses a little creek, and then it's literally just uphill the entire way out. I think it's a pretty miserable climb. Whew. It's really not that bad, but I like to kind of push myself. Makes for a good finisher. Whew. Normally this is a pretty sandy, washed out area, but it's also part of why this trail drains so well. The soil here is pretty sandy, sandy loam, not a lot of clay. Here's a long skinny. The best way to do those is just keep your eyes forward where you're going, not where you're at. Alrighty. Yep. Cross this little bridge. And then it's uphill the entire way home. Alright. This is where I just buckle up. Try to focus on my breathing. And then just push. Oop. Heart rate's already 160, so my legs are burning, and we're just getting started. Oh my Jesus. Whew. Oh, hurts. Whew. And that's it. Sherman Branch.